a totally normal situation. Whatever this is, I can already bet it's not a normal situation.
Oh, apparently there's been a furry with COVID that decided to go to the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest, and in order to express his experience, he decided to do the only normal thing a furry could do, is he made a comic book about it.
I mean, being a furry and a Final Fantasy player, I think that kind of goes hand in hand. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe this is a normal situation.
Let's see here. 2 weeks of work travel. I can finally have some time off. Finally time to meet my Final Fantasy XIV friends in real life. Oh, wow. Okay, so 2 of the other ones are fur.
Bruh, imagine you go to a meetup of your favorite game. You're finally gonna meet your guild members, your bros, the people you have spent so much time together with, who you know so well, and it's a furry. And your best bro is like, he's in a giant costume of a fox or something. I mean, what do you do in that situation? Do you just run? Do you pretend you don't know it? Do you pretend you're someone else? Do you just regret all your life decisions? Do you leave the guild? What do you do?
Furries, and these 2 are normal people. Okay, that's great. Everything was planned. Oh, that's so good. And then the first day of FanFest, and he's cold, probably just my body not used to the heat. Dayquil and mask up. Better safe than sorry. Which each passerby definitely who was going to which gathering. Okay, yeah, I bet you can tell which ones are going to the basketball gathering versus Final Fantasy.
Probably.
So there's a lot of people that were there. Where's the thing about COVID? Now, there's a lot for this, okay? Like, this is a furry, so they're unemployed. So they had a lot of time to write this and create.
Or they're a furry programmer and they have a lot of time and get paid way more than you or me.
The whole thing. So you have to you're going to have to bear with me here. A mask on with the suit? Well, yeah, of course.
It makes sense.
And chills can...
It's probably also like this, over the suit. It is what it is.
Continue to rack my body. All I could do is pick at my burger. I started feeling a hard pounding behind my eyes. Crap, I'm seated so close to the others. I need to go. I guess the Dayquil wore off. So he passed out.
What is a Dayquil?
And my whole body under the sheets felt like it was on fire. The pain paired with congestion. Okay, so he's having a bad time. What the hell do I even do? Stop by Walgreens to get a COVID test. A million questions rushed through my head. How much will changing my flight cost? Am I gonna die? There goes my vacation plans. Am I stuck in Vegas during quarantine? Did I infect the others? This is front desk. How may we help you?
I like how the persona just doesn't go away.
Okay, so this guy basically called them about COVID. I need to go home. Luckily, the fight change wasn't too costly. FanFest is already a bust for me. I might as well just cut my losses and infect the people at the airport.
Okay.
The next day, I left to the airport.
Did he, like, leave his collar or something? Is that normal? What a footy. We need a purge.
During the whole trip back, I couldn't feel like people were looking at me. Was it because of my double masking? To be fair, it's triple masking because he has the fursuit on. Actually, this is probably the only case. This is probably the only time that I appreciate a person wearing a fursuit in public, is if you had COVID.
Avoid them, yeah.
And even then, it's like, I don't know. I finally made it home. Yeah, okay.
Is that
so anyway,
wow.
No, this is...
Oh my god, this is Reddit. The comments are probably going to be like next level.
Isn't it? You knowingly went to the keynote whenever you didn't feel well. You admitted to being patient zero. It's clear this isn't an accident, and you shouldn't feel good about this. Massive fucking L. You had signs that you were sick, and you still went to the convention. No, only absolute fury at the irresponsible decision that you made.
Okay.
Well, you have to keep in mind, okay? The guy put LOL in his title. So...
I didn't know this. Oh god, you kind of know what you're supposed to expect at this. Oh no.
Oh, I mean, look, look, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? I mean,
It
shit.
is, yeah.
Yeah, the world, I mean, here's the thing.
I mean, you either have already natural immunity or you're dead about on this point. I don't know. Are Americans still, like, actually thinking about this? I haven't even heard anyone mention this thing, you know, in my country. Again, nothing. No one's even talking about it. It's in the past, boys. The only time you hear about this now is when Pfizer is complaining about profits being low.
So you had signs that you were sick and still went to the convention. Signed someone that got COVID at FanFest. Oh, what do they say here? Damn, I'm genuinely sorry that I couldn't convey my narrative clearly and concisely to you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, like...
900 downloads,
I mean,
wow.
Okay, let's think about it like this. If this person wasn't a furry, would they be getting shit on?
Yes.
I think people would be a little bit more understanding.
Well, it's true, the furry part obviously adds a huge amount of dislike. But it is concerning that two other people that he played Final Fantasy with also furries. I think we need to re-examine the Final Fantasy community. Strongly.
Because, yeah, it could...
And with mustard gas.
Could have been really hot. He didn't know. He thought I wasn't feeling well because of maybe the flight. Like, a lot of times whenever I'll fly out somewhere, I'll feel kind of shitty the next day. Because it's like, oh, I had to deal with this. I woke up early.
Yeah, that's called being a pussy. It's not a big deal.
Etc. Yeah, but you have to understand that I wouldn't try to look for the justification. The comic didn't help. You don't think it? You guys don't think it helped?
I think it's cool. I think it's way better than just posting a wall of text because, you know, too long didn't read, lol.
People would be pissed regardless of his furry status. I mean, I don't know. Here's the way I see it.
Okay.
Is that if I felt a little bit ill the first day after traveling, I probably wouldn't think a lot of it. Because I usually feel that way.
Like when I was sick with COVID, I didn't even know I had it until I did the test. It just was like, this is a slightly annoying cold, and my head is slightly hurting, and that was pretty much it. Which one little pill of Tylenol kind of fixed, and that was kind of it. It's like, damn, how am I supposed to know that's bad?
Whenever I
But then again, I am peak physical condition, so it is what it is.
travel. I wouldn't assume that I had COVID or anything like that. I would just be like, you know, like I kind of feel like shit. I'm just going to go anyway. It's whatever. But the truth is, in this situation, it's a lot different. Because he's a fucking furry. And he had the audacity to make us sit through a 10-panel comic about this shit.
I mean, dude, you sat through that 10-panel comic of furry degeneracy and willingly clicked forward. I think that's a bigger issue here.
Like, anybody gives a fuck. Like, what is this? What are you doing? Comments is actually why I would oust themselves as patient zero if a lot of people got sick. Well, I don't know. I mean, probably other people went with COVID as well.
True.
Double masked, vaxxed, and a furry. Yeah, if you had a cough, you didn't come into work or travel, and didn't come into work or travel, you get in trouble. Yeah. He's the one that made the comics. He's justifying it. Case closed, holy. I don't think that the guy is that big of a... The whole blog post of a reply is even more tone deaf. You were concerned enough to suppress your symptoms. It's actually quite accused of reply. Annoying went to the comment with the ill intent of potentially harming others. It's hardest to downplay the severity of your poor choices. Listen, it's a furry.
His whole life is a poor choice.
What are you talking about? Are you really going to... Is this person trying to lecture a furry about bad choices?
I mean, The people who think furries are normal people or try to interact with them have just never heard the rainforest story, or literally any story involving multiple furries getting together. Shit gets wild.
Bro, what are you doing? Change the furry with big boob girl? Well, yeah, that wasn't her fault at all, okay?
True.
Like, some people get sick, it is what it is. Yeah, true.
She did nothing wrong, obviously. Man, big boob girl definitely doesn't deserve this.
I think you left early. Partner and I had 20 years caught COVID despite being much more vigilant. Only time I rationally contemplate who's my favorite person in the world. She's recovering. You're not the only person going to an event knowing you weren't feeling well. I think that most people go to events. Let's just be honest here, okay? Most people go to events whenever they're at 80 or 90% and not 100. Now, if you've got to fucking take a bunch of medication just to get yourself to the convention hall, then
that's questionable.
I think that that's obviously fucking ridiculous. You shouldn't be doing it. But I'm going to say I don't think that this furry, I don't think that we have enough evidence here to say that there is, like, I just think it's a fucking furry. What do you expect? You should have let him in the building to begin with.
Okay. Now, to defend to just slightly defend Final Fantasy, if they don't let furries probably in their event, that's like no one attends in general, probably because they have issues.
Even if he was sick at the convention, nobody went near him. The only people he hung out with were him. Were furries? Yeah, no, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, only other people.
So this guy actually is a hero because he potentially spread it to other furries. Is he like the Cape Crusade or the Furry Crusader or something?
He hung out with were other furries, so no people were harmed.
Yeah, so he did good?
So, yeah, I don't see the...
No harm done.
I don't see the harm in this, yeah.
Makes sense.
I feel like, if anything, you know...
Man, he should deserve, like, a medal. Imagine he updates this. Oh, by the way, all my furry friends are now sick. Lol. That would be great.
I mean, damn. Bad doggy. Oh, God, don't tell him that. They'll probably...
He's probably gonna like that, yeah. That's a problem.
What is this? Really post this to the whole fucking internet. Guys. Yes, of course they did that.
Man. Can you imagine there are people who are like, well, what's your hobby? Well, I'm a furry. Bruh, if I was even into furries even a tiny little bit, I would never give up that information. I would go to my grave saying I'd never looked at a furry wrong once in my life. Bruh, it's true. You couldn't torture that information out of me. No way.
This is why you test before big events, everyone. Guys, I'm not gonna...
Dude, if a furry is gonna test his health, there's gonna be so many issues.
COVID test myself before an event. Okay? Like, so if you see me at an event, if I'm sick, I'm not gonna go. And to be honest, I'm not gonna go anyway, so you're not gonna see me at an event.
Good.
But theoretically...
That's good. That's smart.
I'm not gonna test myself. Oh my God, what if I have COVID and No, I'm just gonna go to the fucking event. I'm not gonna put some shit up my nose to go to this event. No, I'm just gonna be a normal goddamn person, use my better judgment, and if I'm not
normal is a strong word, I feel, when we're on the internet.
feeling good, or I'm feeling like shit, I don't go. But I'm not a furry, so not everybody, I'm not gonna get a hate thread about that. That's the difference. If I was a furry, bro, people would be out of their minds mad about this.
I hope he becomes a furry so I can just laugh about it.
Be fucking furious. It's like, people, like, think about it like this. It's like a tolerance meter, okay? People can tolerate what I'm saying, but, like, it increases the meter a bit. But, like, if you're a furry, people are already tolerating this much. So, like, anything that you do above being a furry is over the line.
Being a furry is being over the line in general.
Should just be happy that you exist. Happy
mistakes happen.
Nobody's making fun of you. Nobody's made fun of him for being a furry in this whole thread.
I mean, it's the Final Fantasy subreddit. They're not gonna go after their own for no reason.
That's incredible. Look how accepting the Final Fantasy community is.
If a civil war broke out in Final Fantasy, the Furries would probably win, by the way, because they're probably the majority.
So basically what we've learned here is that everybody in the Final Fantasy community is a COVID-infected furry.
Yep.
Everybody that went to
Seems
FanFest. Which is kind of crazy. I didn't expect that.
Bruh, he probably has a new strain.
But that's where we're at. Infected with COVID or furry? Yes.
I choose that.
This is so fucking funny to me. It is. I don't think it's that big of a deal personally, but you know, it depends on how bad his symptoms really were. The absolute lack of any self-awareness or consideration for others is just incredible. These are people who have no problem parading around in a sexual deviancy costume in front of oftentimes children. I've seen people that have
exclusively children. Hey, you want a parade cancel? Just make it that children can't attend. Voila! Suddenly there's no parade.
Fursuits on that are around kids. Like, I've seen this happen. What do you think? Like, do you think that they're gonna have self-awareness? No, they're not gonna have any self-fucking-awareness.
Well, to become a furry, you need to kind of like literally forsake that part of yourself.
Kids probably love them. They're like, yeah, it's the mascot from Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, and he has a red rocket.
No, not exactly. Yeah, it's like Mickey Mouse. Not exactly.
No.
Charles Entertainment Cheese. Bro, I used to love Chuck E. Cheese. That shit was so good. Feeling like shit on the first day of travel, especially a place like Vegas, is very expected. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Yeah, and it's like you gotta know yourself. I have no words. People on Twitter just dumping on this inconsiderate, selfish asshole. As I said, I think that...
I mean, that's just Twitter being Twitter.
I feel like if this was a normal person and they didn't make a 10-panel comic about this and they just talked about what happened, they would not have gotten a hate thread.
What? I don't even understand, honestly, the point. Why would you even talk about this in the first place, honestly?
But let's fucking just be honest here, okay? Most people that are furries are not dog fuckers.
Stop eating!
However,
a lot of odd.
If you took a sample of the average population, here, let's do something fun. You don't want to do something fun?
No. I hate fun. Yeah, but not watching this. Anyway, this was Quizzer Citizen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.